The United Nations is warning there is a risk of genocide in the Central African Republic. The country has been in turmoil since Islamist militants ousted the president in March. Islamists are now inciting violence in towns where Christians and Muslims used to live in peace and do business together. Human rights groups have accused rebels of widespread looting, killings, rapes, and recruitment of child soldiers.
For more on this situation, we turn now to our senior international correspondent, George Thomas, who has been to the Central African Republic. Welcome, George.
Thank you, sir.
What can you tell us about this country?
It's one of the poorest countries in Africa, home to about 5 million people. About 80% of the country are Christians, 15% are Muslims. It really is a very difficult country in the sense that, get this, Mark, since they gained independence from the French in 1960, they have undergone eight coups d'etats, 8 mutinies. So this is a country that is constantly in the middle of political chaos.
Is this current conflict turning into a religious war?
You know, it started back in March when about 5,000 Islamists, rebel fighters from the northeastern part of the country, they said they were fed up with the political situation in the capital city, Bangui. And so they marched toward the capital city in the hopes of overthrowing it. So it clearly began as a political attack and then quickly turned into a religious conflict, yes.
Well, we've been told that thousands of people are now seeking refuge at a Catholic mission in Bossangoa.
Yeah.
Tell us what's happening there.
Yeah, tragic situation. The numbers are close to about 35,000 people in this one Catholic church. They have taken refuge. In essence, 100, 200 feet away outside of the church walls, Christians and Muslims have been attacking each other. And so about 35,000 people are now in the premises of this Catholic diocese, and it's the conditions are deplorable. They don't have access to water, food. The humanitarian conditions are really deplorable.
Well, what has been done to try to stop all this fighting?
Look, I mean, when I was there in the capital city, they all told us you need to be careful. Once you go outside of the capital city, it's basically you're on your own. The police infrastructure, the security apparatus within the country is pretty much non-existent. In the capital, you get a sense that the military, the police is in control. But once you go outside, a different story. The United Nations is talking about potentially sending peacekeepers to try and create a buffer zone and bring the warring factions, separate them, but it's a tenuous situation because for the UN folks coming in, they're saying, we don't want to get in the middle of this conflict.
All right, George Thomas, our senior international correspondent. Thanks for your time, George.
You're welcome, sir.